Have you ever found yourself standing in front of a door you longed to open, believing it would finally bring the life you dreamed of, only to feel it firmly closed, as if by a hand you cannot see? Why does God sometimes shut the doors we desire most, leaving us overwhelmed by confusion, doubt, or even heartbreak? Perhaps these closures are not denials, but acts of divine protection, guiding us away from paths that may seem appealing but could ultimately bring harm. Every door that closes carries a message, a silent lesson waiting for your attention, inviting you to pause, reflect, and trust in the unseen wisdom that governs your life. When God closes a door, it is not a rejection of your efforts or desires, but a gentle redirection towards something far greater. In these moments, the heart is challenged to release control, to embrace faith over frustration, and to recognize that what is hidden from sight may hold the very blessings you seek. The closure asks you to question your intentions, to understand whether the path you crave aligns with your true purpose, and to trust that the divine sees dangers, detours, and opportunities that remain invisible to you. Life's greatest growth often comes not from the doors we pass through, but from the ones we are prevented from entering. Consider the doors you have mourned in the past. Perhaps each one led you to a place of safety, deeper wisdom, or unforeseen blessings. The closed doors are not obstacles. They are markers of divine guidance, whispers reminding you that your life is being carefully orchestrated. They teach patience, resilience, and trust in a timing beyond your comprehension. Before you despair over what cannot be opened, reflect on how many times a closed door shielded you from challenges you could not yet face. Now take a moment, check if you are subscribed to this channel, like this video if it resonates, and leave a reflective comment sharing your experience with doors God has closed in your life. Sometimes, the doors we desperately want to open are not aligned with the path God has prepared for us. We envision a future based on our desires, our plans, and our understanding, but divine wisdom sees far beyond what our eyes can perceive. What feels like an opportunity may hide pitfalls, distractions, or experiences that could derail the growth we are meant to achieve. Life has a way of presenting illusions of possibility, tempting us with promises that seem fulfilling but carry unseen risks. When a door remains closed, it is not a rejection. It is an invitation to pause, reassess, and trust that the universe is orchestrating events for our highest good. The challenge is learning to discern between what we want and what we truly need. Human desire often focuses on instant gratification or visible success, while God's plan prioritizes long-term fulfillment, spiritual alignment, and protection from harm. When we confront a closed door, we are being asked to cultivate patience, to expand our perspective, and to trust that every no contains a lesson. What initially feels like loss may be the very path that prepares our hearts, sharpens our character, and guides us toward opportunities that surpass our imagination. Reflecting on the doors you have chased, consider the times when a closed path eventually revealed a better alternative. Each refusal, each barrier, is a gentle reminder that your journey is being carefully guided. The key lies in embracing the unknown, trusting the timing of life, and seeking the wisdom hidden in moments of disappointment. Let these closures deepen your faith and strengthen your resolve. Take a moment to reflect on how a door you could not open may have been a blessing in disguise, and allow yourself to comment, "I trust God's protection and timing." There are countless stories of lives transformed, not by doors that opened, but by doors that closed. Imagine a young professional chasing a job opportunity that seemed perfect, only to be turned away at the last moment. At first, it felt like a devastating failure, a chance lost forever. Yet, months later, a different opportunity emerged, one that aligned more perfectly with their talents, values, and purpose. What seemed like rejection was, in reality, divine redirection, guiding them toward growth, fulfillment, and unexpected blessings. Such experiences remind us that every closed door carries a purpose, often invisible until the right time reveals it. Closed doors challenge us to confront disappointment, to release attachment to outcomes, and to embrace patience. They force introspection, asking us to examine whether our desires are truly aligned with our highest good or merely with fleeting ambitions. Many of life's greatest lessons emerge from these moments of denial. They teach resilience, humility, and faith, reshaping our perspectives and preparing us for paths we could not have imagined. The pain of a lost opportunity often becomes the foundation for a deeper understanding of ourselves, our purpose, and the divine plan unfolding around us. Consider the people in your life, or even your own experiences, where a closed door eventually led to greater clarity or unexpected blessings. Perhaps a relationship ended, only to bring a deeper connection later. Maybe a financial setback redirected your efforts toward a career that fulfilled your soul rather than your ego. These examples are not coincidences. They are reflections of a greater intelligence, a wisdom that sees the whole picture, protecting and guiding us through unseen currents. Pause for a moment and reflect. Every closed door you've faced has taught you something vital. Let yourself internalize this truth and consider sharing your own story in the comments, connecting with others who have trusted in God's guidance. Have you ever paused to wonder if a closed door was more than just circumstance? If it was a sign, a subtle whisper from God guiding your steps? Life often presents subtle signals when a path is not meant for us. Perhaps opportunities fall through unexpectedly, relationships end abruptly, or plans unravel despite your best efforts. These moments, though painful, are rarely random. They carry divine intention, urging you to shift your focus, to reconsider your direction, and to align with a purpose far greater than your own understanding. Recognizing these signs requires awareness, patience, and a willingness to trust that God's vision encompasses more than we can see. The challenge lies in surrendering your personal agenda and embracing faith. Each closed door is an opportunity to ask yourself, is this truly the path for me, or am I being guided elsewhere? By observing patterns, listening to your intuition, and reflecting on repeated obstacles, you can begin to sense the protective hand guiding you. These signals are not limitations. They are safeguards, shaping your journey, refining your decisions, and preparing your heart for what lies ahead. Growth often comes from these very restrictions, teaching lessons that no open door could ever provide. Consider the doors you have seen shut in your own life. Each one may have carried a lesson in patience, discernment, or trust. Instead of frustration, embrace gratitude for the divine wisdom embedded in every closure. Recognize that God's guidance is gentle, consistent, and always aimed at your highest good. Take a moment now and share your reflection in the comments using this phrase, I trust God's deliverance. Let your story inspire others who are learning to read the signs and embrace the paths God intends for them. When doors close unexpectedly, it is natural to feel impatient, frustrated, or even discouraged. We live in a world that prizes speed, results, and immediate gratification, yet the divine timing of life often unfolds more slowly, with layers of lessons and growth hidden in the waiting. Pacing ourselves in faith allows us to transform disappointment into a sacred space for reflection and learning. Every closed door becomes an invitation to deepen our trust in God, to align our hearts with patience, and to understand that the timing of life is never arbitrary. Faith and patience work hand in hand, teaching us that what we perceive as loss may actually be preparation. Just as a tree strengthens its roots before bearing fruit, We are called to grow internally before entering the seasons meant for us. Waiting is not wasted time. It is an active process of spiritual cultivation, resilience, and discernment. By embracing the pause, we allow ourselves to release attachment to outcomes, to surrender our anxiety, and to open space for unforeseen blessings. Life's most profound lessons often arrive through moments of waiting, teaching us to navigate uncertainty with courage and hope. Reflect on times when an opportunity seemed lost, only to realize later that the delay led to something far more meaningful. These experiences illustrate the power of patience and the wisdom inherent in divine timing. Every closed door carries the seeds of insight, strength, and transformation, inviting us to trust the process, even when the path is unclear. Allow yourself to sit with this truth. Breathe deeply and consider how your faith has grown through these moments of waiting. Let this reflection guide your spirit, and if it resonates, share your thoughts gently in the comments, connecting with others who are learning to trust in divine timing. Facing a closed door often triggers a wave of emotions: frustration, disappointment, and even anxiety. We invest our hopes, dreams, and energy into paths we believe will bring fulfillment, only to encounter barriers that leave us questioning our worth, our choices, and the trajectory of our lives. These emotional responses are natural. They are proof that we care deeply about the life we are striving to create. Yet in these moments, it is essential to remember that emotions are not the final verdict. They are messengers guiding us to reflect, to release attachment, and to find perspective beyond immediate disappointment. Closed doors teach us the art of emotional resilience. They invite us to pause and examine our feelings without judgment, to acknowledge the pain without being consumed by it, and to trust that every setback carries a hidden purpose. Anxiety often arises when we try to control outcomes beyond our reach, while frustration grows from unmet expectations. By surrendering control and allowing ourselves to experience these emotions fully, we create the space to understand the lessons embedded in each closure. Every moment of heartache is an opportunity to cultivate patience, faith, and inner strength, teaching us that life's detours are often the pathways to our most significant growth. Think about the doors that have closed in your own journey. How did you respond emotionally? Were there moments when your disappointment ultimately led to deeper insight, unexpected blessings, or a shift in perspective? Reflecting on these experiences allows us to reframe emotional challenges as stepping stones rather than obstacles. Embrace the complexity of your feelings, honor your journey, and let your heart open to understanding. If this message resonates, consider leaving a comment to share how you navigated the emotional weight of closed doors, offering encouragement to others walking similar paths. Rejection is never easy. A closed door can feel like a personal failure, a denial of our dreams, or a barrier to the life we envisioned. Yet these moments of rejection are often the very catalysts for transformation. They challenge us to rethink our goals, reassess our intentions, and seek the deeper purpose that lies beyond immediate disappointment. What seems like an end may be the beginning of a more meaningful journey, one that requires resilience, faith, and the courage to embrace the unknown. Every rejection carries a hidden gift. It teaches humility, sharpens discernment, and cultivates strength of character. When we encounter a closed door, we are invited to reflect on our desires, to distinguish between fleeting ambitions and our true calling, and to trust that divine guidance is leading us toward what we genuinely need. Life's most profound opportunities often arise after moments of apparent denial, revealing paths we could not have foreseen and growth that we would never have achieved without the initial obstacle. Think about the times when doors closed in your life. How did these moments redirect your path? Perhaps a failed endeavor led to a passion you had never considered. Maybe a lost opportunity opened a door to relationships, experiences, or insights far richer than the ones you had initially pursued. These experiences show us that rejection is not a punishment. It is an invitation to trust, to learn, and to grow in alignment with God's plan. Pause for a moment and consider sharing your reflection in the comments using this phrase, "I trust God's plan." Let your story inspire others to see rejection as a stepping stone rather than a blockade, and to embrace the divine wisdom hidden within every closed door. Gratitude is a powerful lens through which we can view the doors that have closed and those that have opened in our lives. When we take a moment to appreciate the guidance behind every twist, turn, and redirection, we begin to see that even obstacles carry blessings. The doors we once mourned may have protected us from harm, redirected us toward growth, or opened paths to opportunities that far exceeded our original expectations. Recognizing this divine orchestration cultivates a heart attuned to grace, patience, and trust. Every closed door invites us to pause and reflect. Instead of lamenting what is no longer available, we can choose to focus on the lessons, the growth, and the subtle blessings that each closure brings. Gratitude transforms perception. It turns what once felt like loss into evidence of divine care and wisdom. By honoring both the doors that remain closed and those that have opened, we align ourselves with a perspective of abundance, seeing life as a continuous flow of guidance rather than a series of missed chances. Consider the paths that have shifted unexpectedly in your life. How might they have prepared you for the experiences you are living today? What wisdom or insight emerged from moments you once considered setbacks? By reflecting on these experiences with a spirit of gratitude, we cultivate resilience, trust, and hope for the future. Allow yourself to pause, breathe deeply, and recognize the divine hand in every redirection. If this message resonates, share a comment reflecting on the doors God has opened and closed in your life, offering your gratitude and inspiring others to do the same. As one door closes, another may already be forming on the horizon, yet often we fail to see it because our hearts are still tangled in disappointment, regret, or longing for what was lost. Preparing ourselves to embrace new opportunities requires a conscious effort to release the past, heal from previous setbacks, and cultivate openness to what life, guided by divine wisdom, has prepared for us. Every closed door is a chance to ready our spirit for the paths ahead, to sharpen our intuition, and to align our intentions with what is truly meant for our growth and fulfillment. The process of preparation is both internal and spiritual. It calls for reflection on past experiences, acknowledgement of the lessons learned, and a willingness to let go of attachments that no longer serve our higher purpose. By nurturing patience, trust, and gratitude, we create a fertile space for new doors to appear, not just opportunities, but experiences that resonate deeply with our soul and guide us toward our true calling. When we approach life with this mindset, the anticipation of new beginnings becomes a source of hope rather than anxiety. Consider how you have grown from the doors that closed in your life. How have those experiences strengthened your resilience, clarified your priorities, or deepened your faith? By preparing your heart and mind in this way, you are not merely waiting for new doors to open, you are actively shaping the readiness to step through them with confidence and trust. Reflect on this. And if it resonates, leave a comment sharing how you are preparing to welcome the next chapter in your life. Your insights may inspire others to open their hearts as well. As we reach the final reflection on the doors that God has closed, it becomes clear that each one was never a mere barrier, but a guiding force shaping our journey. Every closed door, every denied opportunity, carries a message of protection, wisdom, and love. Life's redirections are invitations to trust in the greater plan, to surrender our need for control, and to embrace the paths that align with our highest good. Understanding this allows us to release regret, disappointment, and doubt, and instead cultivate gratitude for the guidance that has brought us to this moment. Acceptance is the key to moving forward. By trusting that every closed door serves a purpose, we align ourselves with divine timing and open our hearts to the experiences that are truly meant for us. Life is not a series of missed opportunities, but a carefully woven tapestry where every thread, every pause, and every closure contributes to a masterpiece of growth and fulfillment. As we reflect, we recognize that the challenges, setbacks, and closed doors have prepared us for blessings far beyond our imagination. Gratitude transforms perception, turning what once felt like obstacles into signs of divine care and wisdom. Now, as you carry these insights with you, take a moment to act with intention. Subscribe to this channel to continue exploring the journey of faith and growth. Like this video if it has resonated with your heart, and leave a comment expressing your gratitude for the doors God has guided you through. Remember, each ending is also a beginning, and the next chapter is waiting to unfold. Let us walk forward with faith, hope, and trust, ready to embrace the new opportunities that God has prepared for us.